Good day everyone, I'm Shipman Tim Kang. Today I'll be introducing our topic for Module 15, Haiku. Haiku is a traditional form of Japanese poetry that originated in Japan during Edo period. It is known for being short, yet very meaningful, using just 3 lines to express deep emotion or describe nature. A haiku usually follows a pattern of 5 syllables in the first line, 7 in the second, 5 in the last. It doesn't rhyme but focus on painting a clear image, often about nature, season, animals, or everyday life. In this lesson, we'll learn how to interpret, recite, and compose haiku poems. We'll also explore the works of 3 famous haiku masters, Matsuo Basho, Kobayashi Isa, and Yosa Buson, who captured simple yet powerful moments through their poetry.
Matsuo Basho, born Matsuo Kinsaku and later known as Matsuo Kiyoma Manaposa, was a renowned Japanese poet of Edo period and it's widely regarded as the greatest master of haiku. Born in 1644 in Igan province, and he began writing poetry at a young age and later moved to Edo, now called Tokyo, where he became leading figure in the literary world. Basho transformed Hakai no Rega, a humorous linked verse style, into a deeply reflected form that emphasized nature, simplicity, and the fleeting beauty of life, an aesthetic known as wabi-sabi. He passed away in 1694 in Osaka at the age of 50, leaving behind a rich legacy that shaped the art of haiku and inspired generation of poems readers around the world. One of his most famous poems says, "An old fad, a frog's jump in, the sound of water." This simple verse reflects Basho's ability to express peace, movement, and quiet beauty of nature in just a few words. Throughout his life, Basho traveled widely across Japan, visiting mountains, temples, remote villages. His journeys inspired his most famous work, Oko no Hosomochi, the narrow road to the deep north, which combined poetry and travel writing. Through his poems and philosophy, Basho taught that true beauty lies in simplicity and mindfulness. Even today, his haiku continues to inspire readers around the world to pause, observe nature, and appreciate the small, meaningful moments in life. Seen in plain daylight, the firefly nothing but an insect. A solitary crow in a bare branch. Autumn evening. Through frozen rice fields. Moving slowly on horseback. My shadow creep by. In Persaico, say that seen in plain daylight, the firefly nothing but an insect. At night, fireflies glows beautifully, appearing magical and otherworldly. But in daylight, it reveals us firefly was an ordinary insect. Means Basho reminds us that beauty depends on perception and context. What seems extraordinary under certain conditions may be ordinary under others. This teaches humility and awareness, that our sense of wonder often comes from how we see things, not from things themselves. In second haiku said, a solitary crow on a bare branch, autumn evening. This haiku paints a lonely image. A single crow sitting in the leafless branch as the day fades into autumn evening. It reflects loneliness, transience, and quiet acceptance. The crow, often associated with melancholy, mirror the season of autumn, a time when the nature, weather, and prepare for rest. Basho captured the beauty of simplicity, and impermanence, central to Zen philosophy. Third haiku said, through frozen rice field, moving slowly on horseback, my shadow crept by. I'm here, Basho described himself, traveling through cold, frozen rice field. The face is slow, and his shadow moved alongside him. This haiku invokes stillness, solitude, and self-awareness. The poet noticed even his shadow moving slowly, a sign of his depth, mindfulness. It reflects the harmony between human and nature, and the poet calms observation of his own existence amid a silence, frozen landscape.
Kobayashi Isa was a Japanese haiku poet and Buddhist monk who lived during the Edo period, which was 1763 to 1828. His real name was Kobayashi Yataro, but he used the pen name Isa, which means a cup of tea, symbolizing simplicity and humility. Isa became famous for his warm, emotional, and sometimes humorous haikus about nature, animals, and ordinary life. Unlike other poets who focused on beauty and perfection, Isa's works showed kindness, compassion for small creatures like flies, snails, and sparrows. His poems reflected his deep empathy and Buddhist beliefs, reminding people that every life has meaning. Throughout his life, Isa faced many hardships. He lost his parents at a young age, lived in poverty, and suffered from the deaths of his children and wife. Despite all this, he continued to write with hope, love, and understanding. His life's work includes more than 20,000 haikus, which expresses feelings about life, nature, and human emotion. Some of his most famous poems are The World of Dew, Snail Climbed Mount Fuji, and In This World of Dreams. Through his poetry, Isa reminded us that even the smallest and simplest things in life are worth noticing and appreciating. His words continue to inspire readers around the world today. Napping at Midday, the song of the rice planters. Feel ashamed of myself. A world of dew, and within every dewdrop, a world of struggle. If things were better, for me, flies, I'd invite you to share my supper. The first line, napping at midday, represents the author resting in the middle of the day. This shows a peaceful and lazy moment. Line 2, the song of the rice planters. While resting, he hears the farmers singing as they work hard, planting rice under the sun. Their voices reach him while he relaxes. Line 3, feel ashamed of myself. Hearing their songs makes him feel guilty or embarrassed for being idle while others are working. Overall explanation for this haiku is, the author reflects on his own comfort and realizes the value of hard work and humility. Line 1, a world of dew. Dew represents something delicate, short-lived, and beautiful. It disappears quickly after sunrise. It symbolizes the briefness of life. Line 2, and within every dewdrop. Each tiny dewdrop is like a small reflection of the world. It contains everything, even human emotions and experience. Line 3, a world of struggle. Inside every small part of life, like in the dewdrop, there's suffering, pain, and effort, just like in the bigger world. Overall explanation for the haiku is, life is fragile and short, Yet within it, everyone faces struggles and pain. Line 1. If things were better for me. The author speaks humbly, showing that he doesn't have much. He's poor or struggling in life. Line 2. For me, flies, I'd invite you. He talks kindly to the flies bothering him. Despite their annoyance, he treats them as equals or friends. Line 3. To share my supper. He says that if he were richer, he'd share his own food, even with the flies, showing humor, compassion, and gentleness. Overall, the author expresses kindness and empathy for all living things, even tiny insects, showing his humble and caring heart.
Yosabuson was a famous Japanese poet and painter of the Edo period. He is considered one of the great masters of haiku, alongside Matsuo Basho and Kobayashi Isa. Buson's haiku are known for their beautiful imagery and artistic detail, reflecting his skill as a painter. He often described nature and human emotions with elegance and sensitivity. His works capture both the visual beauty of a scene and the quiet feelings behind it. In short, Yosabuson was an artist-poet who combined art and poetry to express the beauty and the transience of life. Not quite so dark yet, and all the stars are shining above withered fields. An evening breeze water laps at the leg of a blue heron. A stabbing chill stepping on my dead wife's comb in our bedroom. So the line not quite so dark yet, and all the stars are shining above withered fields. So this line captures a moment of quiet reflection. Nature is fading into night. The earth seems tired, yet the stars continue to shine. It reminds us of the cycle of life, ending and renewals, and the beauty that exists even in decline or stillness. An evening breeze water laps at the leg of a blue heron. The line captures a peaceful moment at sunset. The gentle wind, calm water, and the still bird. It reflects a simplicity and mindfulness, inviting the reader to pause and appreciate nature's quiet and beauty. It also shows the unity between the living creature and environment, a common theme in traditional Japanese haiku. A stabbing chill stepping on my dead wife's comb in our bedroom. This line expresses a sudden painful reminder of loss. A simple act stepping on a comb awakens overwhelming grief and loneliness. It shows how ordinary objects can carry deep emotional memories and how grief can strike unexpectedly like a stabbing chill. Overall, haiku teach us to appreciate the beauty of simplicity and mindfulness. It reminds us that poetry doesn't need to be long or complicated to touch the heart. Sometimes, just a few words are enough to express deep feelings and capture the essence of a single moment in time.